Good day po sa ating lahat and welcome to Kuya Jason, and nandito po ako to add value. I just want to remind you that you are blessed, you are favored, and you are extraordinary. At kung bago po kayo dito sa aking channel, kindly subscribe this channel para po ma-notify po kayo sa ating po mga videos. At ganun din po, if you have some topics na gusto nyo po na discuss po natin dito sa ating videos channel, so you can comment it down on this content. Maraming salamat. I hope that you will enjoy listening this content. Have a great day.
Recording in progress.
So good morning. Good morning sa inyo pong lahat. So it's a good day. So I'm making this recording for my students. So today, I will be talking about how to write your background of the study. So this will be a beginner's guide. So I borrowed this presentation to teach you how to write your background of the study. So how do you write the background of your study? Of your proposed research. First, I will be discussing the meaning and the core elements that should be in the background of the study. So napakahalaga po nitong background of the study kasi itong background of the study ang magbibigay po ng compelling reason kung bakit ba natin talaga dapat pag-aralan yung isang study. So in this part of the research paper, we should provide justifications, evidences that there is really a problem that need to be addressed. So what is a background of the study? So it forms the first section of the introduction of a research paper. That's true. In a 5-chapter format, chapter 1, the problem. So this is the first part. Usually, ang name po nito is background and rationale. Ang iba po is research gap. So it provides the overview of the study and establishes the context of the study. So also, it explains why the proposed research is important and essential to understanding the main aspect of the study. So yun po si background of the study. So si background of the study, therefore, is the section of the research paper or the thesis that identifies the problem or gap of the study that need to be addressed and justifies the need for conducting the research or the study. Okay? So it also articulates the main goal of the study and the thesis statement, and that is the main claim or the argument of the paper. So yan po ang nilalaman ni background of the study. So siya po yung nagbibigay ng kung ano po yung problem na sinosolve natin o yung research gap. Siya po yung nagbibigay ng justification. Why do we need to study this area? It also articulates the main goal of the study and at the same time the thesis statement or the claim or the argument you have in your study. So what are the core elements of the background of the study? So it has the brief discussion on what is known about the topic under study. So another thing is it provides articulation of the research gap or problem that needs to be addressed and what the researcher would like to do or aim to achieve in the study. Later on, we will be providing examples of that. Also, the background of the study has the thesis statement that is the main argument or contention of the paper, which also serves as the reason why the researcher would want to pursue the study. The major significance or the contribution of the study to a particular discipline, and depending on the nature of the study, an articulation of the hypothesis of the study, if there is any. Okay? So, ang tanong, alam na natin kung ano yung mga parts at elements ng isang background of the study. Ang tanong, paano ba natin siya isusulat? So, let us assume, na nag-conduct ka na ng preliminary research on your chosen topic. Tapos, nagbasa ka na ng mga literature patungkol dun sa topic na iyong pag-aaralan. Na-identify mo na rin yung gap of your proposed research. And nakapag-identify ka na rin ng mga research question at ang thesis statement. Sabihin na natin na lahat yon ay nagawa mo na. So, tandaan natin there are different styles of writing the background of the study. So there is no one size fit all style of writing this part of the research, and you are free to develop your own as long as the elements of the background of the study is present doon sa iyong ginawang background of the study. So let us assume, okay, na meron kang pag-aaralan na ang title ng iyong topic is lived experiences of students with mathematical anxiety. By just looking at the title, we can say that it is a qualitative study, ano? So because we are studying about the lived experiences. So sabi doon, we have a highly technical term here, which is mathematical anxiety. So pag tiningnan to ng mga mambabasa, hindi nila ma-define agad ano ba yung mathematical anxiety because they are not an expert on the subject. So you, as a writer of this research, needs to give a clear definition of what is that technical term. So the one thing that we can do is provide a definition of the key concept and highlighting the main developments of the research topic. Pwede po natin yung gawin. So you may start at the background of your study with a discussion on the meaning, nature, and dynamics of the term mathematical anxiety. So let's look at the example. So nakalagay po dyan, naglagay siya ng meaning of mathematical anxiety. Ano ho? Mathematical anxiety refers to individual's unpleasant emotional mood responses when confronted with a mathematical situation. So since this is not a personal definition, it is borrowed from an author, so we need to cite the author. Okay, in this case, the author was cited. So then you may proceed with the discussion on the nature dynamics of the term mathematical anxiety. So naglagay uli siya ng literature. Sinuportahan niyo po yon, another literature by Liu 2019. And then right after explaining to your reader the meaning, nature, and dynamic as well as some historical development, if you wish po, this is not necessary, this is optional. If you want to discuss the background, okay, the development of the topic, you may do. So proceed showing the problem or the gap of the study. So suppose that your research problem or gap is this. So mathematical anxiety can negatively affect not just the academic achievement of the student, but also their future career plans and total well-being. Also, there are no known studies that deals with mathematical anxiety of junior high school students in New Zealand. So, di po ba ang assumption natin nakapagbasa na kayo ng mga literature, and based on your reading of literature, the research gap is that there's no known studies that deals with mathematical anxiety among junior high school students. Maybe there are studies conducted for senior high schools. There are studies conducted for colleges, universities, and elementary, but there is no existing study on the junior high school. So therefore, we come up with a conclusion that is the research gap. There's no known studies that deal with mathematical anxiety of junior high school in New Zealand. So, okay. These are another, you can check it out. These are additional literature that was added. And then, now that you already have both explained the meaning, nature, dynamic of the term mathematical anxiety and articulated the research gap of your proposed research, ngayon naman po, kailangan nating state yung main goal of your study. Hence, it is precisely in this context that the researcher aims to determine the lived experiences of those students with mathematical anxiety. In particular, this proposed research aims to determine the lived experiences of junior high school students in New Zealand and identify the factors caused them to become disinterested in mathematics. So you have to articulate the thesis statement. Take it note that the thesis statement is the statement of argument or contention in the study. It is more of a personal argument or claim of the research, which specifically highlights the possible contribution of your study. So let's look at the example. The researcher argues that there is a need to determine lived experiences of this student with mathematical anxiety because knowing and understanding the difficulties and challenges that they have encountered will put the researcher in the best position to offer some alternatives to the problem. Indeed, it is only when we have performed some kind of diagnosis that we can offer practicable solutions to the problem. And in the case of junior high school students in New Zealand who are having mathematical anxiety, determining their lived experiences as well as identifying the factors that cause them to become disinterested in mathematics are the very first step in addressing the problem. Okay, so ganun niya po pinakita yung thesis and of the thesis statement as at the same time the possible contribution of the research. So if we are going to summarize, so the 5 essential elements that must be articulated in the background of the study are the following. First are the brief discussion of what is known about the topic under investigation. The second is an articulation of the research gap or the problem that needs to be addressed, what the researcher should like to do or aim to achieve in the study or the research goal, the thesis statement, that is the main argument or claim of the paper, and the major significance or the contribution of the study to a particular discipline. So those are the summary of what should be written in the background of the study.